Okay, you guys, welcome to our third focused February meeting. It's awesome to see all your faces on Sunday nights. I'm going to be sad when this group is over. We only have one more week after this week, and it's been an awesome journey so far. So I am not going to spend a whole ton of time talking to you at all because tonight, Lea Leonardo is our guest speaker. And by guest speaker, I mean she's our team. She's not a guest. She's on our team. But I have known, I'm just looking at my notes really quick. Okay. I have known Lea for what, 7 or 8 years, Lea? Something like that?
8 years. About 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And we met through our previous company, my first company. I don't know if it was your first company, but we met and we have just stayed in touch all these years. We get together every once in a while for a coffee. And you know when you know somebody has what it takes to be professional and to be successful and to rock this business, and you know it before they do, and you're like, I hope someday that she'll join. And we've always had that connection a little bit with two previous companies, and I've always seen so much potential in Lea. She's an amazing leader. She's so organized. She has like everything. Everywhere I'm weak, she's strong. So it's like awesome. You want to do that spreadsheet? Great. I'll have you do that because that's not my forte, right? And she has so many attributes that I admire very much. And I always say when you're putting together a team, you want to put together a team where everybody has different strengths and weaknesses so that together we make one really solid team. And so Lea is just such an awesome asset to this team. She has really found the product now. It's not that she wasn't all these things before, because that's not true. It's just this is the product that has resonated most with her and that she has been able to believe in to the point of sharing like crazy and really developing and growing and just amazing. So I am so excited for you guys tonight. She wanted to talk to you about attitude and mindset. And I'm like, yes. And then when I chatted with her pre-Zoom and she laid out her training, I'm like, I don't even know why I'm chatting with you. Just go. That's exactly right. You're nailing it. It's awesome. So without further ado, can you all just give us a silent round of applause and help me welcome Lea? Get your notepad out, get a pen out, get ready because you're in for a huge treat. I'm going to mute myself and Lea, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Dana. That was really sweet of you. So yeah, I've known Dana 8 years. I'm going to back up a little bit in my story so I can give you a timeline. And I really, I know that what I have to say to you guys today, you all are, not all of you, but many of you, according to what I got on your email back to me on your wants are very similar to my wants. And you know what was beautiful about everybody's letters to me about what they wanted? This whole entire team is so similar. Like we are such giving, beautiful people. We really want the right thing. And that was so neat to see. Okay, so something happened to me just a few weeks ago, and it's really heavy on my heart, and it's something that just triggered, and I just kind of woke up. So I'm going to share that with you guys because I feel like so many of us are in that same place. And so here we go. So back up 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was a vice president of construction for a health club, and I did all of their about 10 to 12 new health clubs a year and remodels. And I'm not telling you that to boast myself, but I'm telling you, I was pretty I was pretty amazing. Okay. I worked 80 hours a week. I put in so much time. I made the owner so much money. He paid me and compensated me very well. And life was really good. And 2.5 years ago, because I was working so much, I really was not the best of a wife to my husband. So 2.5 years ago, we split. And as all of you have gone through things in your life, we kind of sometimes sit back and as things happen, you sort of take a back seat. And that's what's happened to me the last 2.5 years. This molecule hit me 7 or 8 months ago. It was July 2018. And it couldn't have been the best time, really. It was the perfect time. I was going through, I had a boyfriend and I really thought he was my soulmate. And I realized that wasn't my soulmate, and it just broke my heart. And so found the molecule in July. I started very slowly. I was hesitant at first and sharing it with anyone. Dana always, she could see that I had the potential to do what I needed to do, but I have been in a funk. I will be honest with you guys. It has been 8 months and I'm a presidential diamond, but there's no reason why I'm not more. And so that's been wearing on me. I'm watching my team underneath me just blow it out of the water. They are doing amazing things. They are sharing it with everyone. They are just doing what it takes to really get the word out. They are being so successful in what they're doing. And their passion is driving them, which is beautiful. Now, I keep, every morning I wake up and listen to my motivational videos. I just can't shake it for some reason. And so on January 31st, something changed for me. And that was, I'm looking at my back office and I'm celebrating people, and few people are about to hit diamond, or they did hit diamond. Thane hit diamond that month already. And then Kimberly West hit diamond on the 31st. And Dana Cook, who had been working so hard. I mean, everyone's been working so hard, and they did it. And just to the last minute, I was on the back office just supporting them and loving on them. And it was just awesome to see everybody sort of rise. The next morning I woke up and it just clicked. Like, what am I doing? Why am I not being the best leader I could be for my team? I am capable of doing that. And so this sort of guilt filled in, and I immediately said I needed to reach out and get some help. And who I reached out to was an alignment coach. I had it was supposed to be a 30-minute discovery call with an alignment coach. Now I am reaching out to her so she can help me with my For Life business, so I can kick it into gear and I can really get this thing going and support my team. And it was one of my best meetings I've had in a long time. It ended up being 50 minutes long. But in that, she says, okay, Lea, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what you want some help with. And I tell her all this. I want help with my For Life business. I mean, here's a business that I didn't plan on doing. It is doing amazing. I have a team of people I need to lead, and I need to step it up. And that was my purpose of calling her. And she says, okay, what do you want? I just asked all of you guys what you wanted. And I paused for a minute when she asked me, and I said, well, I want to help my team. I want them to become presidential diamonds. I want them to be successful. I said, I have moms who need to stay home with their kids. I have wives who want to help their husbands retire. So I need to do this. If it's not for me, it's for them. And she says, okay, but what do you want? I said, and I couldn't even think about what I wanted. I mean, everything I wanted was for somebody else. And so many of you guys, that was your answers to me. You wanted to retire your husbands. You wanted to do things for your kids. There were so many different answers. Very few of you actually gave me what you truly want. And in that moment when she asked me that and I couldn't think of it, I realized I stopped dreaming. Somewhere along the line, I stopped to dream. And it made me tear up. So I'm on the phone with her and now I'm crying. Not part of what I thought I was going to get with a discovery call. But I really thought about that. And all I can get out of my mouth was like, I want to buy a house. And then she says, okay, what does it look like? What is it furnished with? What are the colors? Where is it? And she really wanted some detail for me. And I had no idea. I had not done this for myself. And so my whole purpose for our meeting today is a couple things. I did write some things down. I don't want to forget to tell you, but what I encourage every single one of you guys on this call today is to really consider what you want. And yes, many of us want things for our family. We want to help everyone else, but truly dig down of what you want. And it took me 3 days to really think about it. And once I did, I have a whole book of things I want. I want things, and I was very specific. I want a house, at least on an acre, on a lake, or somewhere with water. I want I wrote down what I want it to look like. I want lots of windows in it, very specific. So I'm really encouraging you guys to think about what you want and be very specific. I want you to visualize what it looks like. Where is it? What are the colors? What are the furnishings? All those things. I want you to do that because it allows you to start dreaming again. And so many of us have forgotten that. Life kind of just does things to us and we sort of forget that piece. And it's okay too. The next question she asked me, now I'm really bawling. She asked me, do you deserve it? And I had to say, no, I don't feel like I deserve it. I mean, this business is amazing. It's taking off. I haven't put in what I really should into it. And yet it is blessing me in so many ways. It's the phone calls I get every day with people getting their health back. It's the monthly bonus I get. I get to pay for my product with it. I mean, it is blessing me in tenfold. And I'm not putting that into it. Can I imagine what I could do if I just put that into it? It was a big moment for me. And I'm starting to dream again. And it feels good. And I'm in the shower every day saying, I'm a millionaire. You guys, I'm a millionaire. And I'm going to share why you're a millionaire too, and you just don't know it. So I'm going to share that with you because I did some stats and it's going to blow your mind if you can just wrap your head around it. Okay. Let me share some things with you. The next day, that Saturday, because I had this call with her on Friday. Well, after I ended the call with her, she said, I want you to go take a walk or meditate. And I want you to get a book that you can have next to your bed. And I want you to write down your dreams, your goals, whatever it is. A journal. Could just be journal about things that have hurt you in the past. Trying to let those go. I've been doing that and it's been helping. But that later on that day, I felt free for some odd reason. I just felt free just to recognize this, that I needed to dream again. And I started to start thinking about how can I help my team? And that Saturday I woke up on fire. Like, how can I help my team? And Sunday rolled around and what can I do? And then Monday, I thought, oh my God, my past experience, if I just take my past experience in helping corporations grow in certain departments and being creative, I realized that every single one of us have a very special gift that only you have. And each one of you guys have that. Mine might be organization and helping train people and really wanting to put programs together, being creative, getting out of the box, getting people to shine. I want people to shine. I know I can do that for my team. Yours might be something completely different. It might be marketing. You might be specializing in Facebook and just, everybody has something. You all have something. So while you dream, think about what you have. What is your one thing, 1, 2, or 3 things? Some of you guys have multiple things that really can empower someone else in your team. Okay. And I can't wait to hear them. If you want to share with me, I would love to hear what your magical thing is. What makes you an amazing, amazing person for this business, or what can you help with? Sorry. I need to take a minute here. Quickly, I started to think, I used to put trainings on for my corporate. And so I'm going to start doing that for my team. I'm going to put on, there's so many new people coming on, so many new distributors that want to do the business. They don't even know how to log in the back office. They don't know how to work the Facebook. They don't know these things that can really help set them up for success right off the gate. So every Tuesday and every Wednesday, I have different time slots, and I will be doing that for my team. And by next month, I'll be opening that up to everybody on Dana's team. Let me just work out a couple kinks. And I want to give back to Dana. She has been amazing support. What a gift. I mean, we couldn't all be placed under someone more beautiful and giving and supportive. And I mean, she's an amazing leader. I am so blessed to have her. My gift back to you, Dana, is I am going to start doing some trainings, not just for new people, but some other trainings. And as I get myself better on the motivational pieces, I want to do that for everyone else. And I will open up to your entire team. Okay. So what do I want, and do I deserve it? Yeah, I deserve it, but I sure didn't feel like it. So I need to fix that. I asked you guys to ask yourself the same thing. It's getting so hot in here, I don't think I need my scarf anymore. Woo! Okay, so I did a couple things following that really has empowered and helped me. Instead of getting on Netflix to watch some shows that just get my mind off of stuff in the evening, when I have a quiet house and some time to myself, I started to look up some health, immune stuff, some documentaries. I found Tony Robbins, which I know everyone loves Tony Robbins, but I always had a hard time with his voice. So I never really embraced him until I chose to turn onto Netflix, and it had Tony Robbins, and it says, "I'm Not Your Guru." And it's a 6-day convention thing he did for 2,500 people. And it is so powerful. So I really encourage you guys, instead of watching Housewives or some other show, take an hour and a half. I think it's an hour and a half to 2 hours, and find Tony Robbins if you have Netflix, and it's called "I'm Not Your Guru." And it's a 6-day convention he did for his people. I might be saying convention wrong, but I'm not sure what it was. It's a documentary of how he does his business. He is such a beautiful person. I mean, what a giving, loving person, and what a talent. That is his calling. That is totally his calling. So it's a powerful, powerful documentary. So please watch that. He's spectacular. I'm adding that to my list, by the way. I'm going to go see him. And if I have to pay thousands of dollars to go see him, I'll be blessed, because I'm going to do it. So that goes on my list now. So I just encourage watching some motivational, some documentaries, things that will help really strengthen you. When I say, do we understand the possibility of where we're at today with the molecule, this is another thing that, like, a light bulb moment goes off for me. And this is what got me in the shower every day. Like, the first time I did it, I laughed at myself, because I said, I'm a millionaire. And I started laughing at myself. I'm a millionaire. And it's like, it's funny because I'm laughing at myself, but like, today's day 3 or 4 doing it, I'm not laughing anymore. I'm like believing it. So you just got to do things. Do them anywhere you can. Do them just talk about it. Just say it out loud. And that's one of the things he says in his documentary that I watched. When I say we couldn't be in the best position, like, we are in such a great position, you guys. And so when I say that, I want you to understand this. Okay. This magazine, The Summit, if you guys did see it, it shows me in there how many platinum international diamonds there are in Puerto Rico. Okay, do you guys know how many people live in Puerto Rico? 3 million, 3.5 million, 3.7. Okay, and there are 4 platinum internationals. And I can't count all the other diamonds and presidential diamonds. Okay, it's a small island. Okay, we have in the United States 325.7 million people. Okay. And when I count the platinum international diamonds in this book, we have 8. It says 8. And we have 325.7 million people in the US. Okay. So if you do the math, if you divide that up, it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter how many people are around you. We are in the United States, where there is millions of people who have never heard of this, who don't know about it. And I know that it is in every single one of your hearts, from what I read, to spread this far and wide. And it helps and empowers people. It gives them their life back. And so I know that's what our motivation is. And I just encourage you guys to keep dreaming, keep doing that, because we're going to hit millions of people. We're going to hit millions of people. There are millions of people that don't know about this. And so I just want to encourage you guys, when there are weeks that are slow, it's okay. Take a deep breath and just really start to be creative. Okay, if I did this and it didn't work, okay, I'm going to do this. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on our Facebooks. half of them I've never touched. Sure, I've done a post, and so they all get to see it, but they're all sort of quiet. They're afraid to do anything. So I've started to privately message them. Hey, haven't talked to you in a while. I know you've been seeing, or you probably see my post, just something, do some interaction. Or like Dana said, it's happy birthday. So doing the voice thing has been helpful. But we have to get creative. We cannot just take no for an answer. We cannot just be okay with, I don't know what else to do. Like, we are such creative human beings. We are put together so beautifully. And so I believe that when we're sort of stuck, we just have to think of another way. We have to problem solve, or out of our own way, I guess, if you want to say. So I always think about, there's a will, there's a way. And I really encourage us to continue to think and thrive on making this happen. I talked about your gift, that everyone has a special gift. Are you doing anything with that right now? Are you currently doing that in your current job? Are you utilizing your current gift? And if not, I think living to your full potential every single day, to be your best self, is so extraordinary. And I'm going to start living my day, every day, being my very best self. That was my breakthrough. I don't know if it helped you at all, but it was a really big thing for me the last few weeks. And so I'm back, baby.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And you know what? Here's the thing. Nothing changed other than your thought process and the language you tell yourself, right? And you had an aha moment, but that's all it takes. And so when you try to teach somebody that, you can't teach that to people, right? I always tell people, I believe in you and you don't believe in you yet. So borrow my belief system and just walk through the steps. I hate the phrase, fake it till you make it, but practice doesn't make perfect. Practice just makes it better, right? So Lea, clearly, let me ask you a question. Do you literally question? So unmute yourself if you're not unmuted. Okay. Do you have $1 million currently in your bank?
No, but I'm going to.
See? And she's saying, I am a millionaire. Because what you put out there comes back. And I'm not talking new agey. I'm not, however you believe is your belief system. But when you really, I have often struggled with affirmations. And some of you have been on my team from a long time ago, and we did a local, I had some of the team over at my house, and we worked on affirmation cards. And I really had to practice those. And like Lea said, she would giggle when she'd say, I'm a millionaire. And now she's not giggling. Well, that's how I felt with my affirmations. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of an activity that you want to do. Some of you have already done this, but you do it every year. You do it all the time. I am all about vision casting for others, for myself. My husband and I, we sit down, we talk about the goals, we talk about the wants we have. I envision my farmhouse in the middle of our couple acres, and I envision my chicken coop that's got a chandelier in it. And I envision my dream closet where I can actually sit down on a beautiful tuft chair with these big buttons, putting my shoes on inside my closet. I envision that. I envision my greenhouse that's got flowers and herbs and starters and last year's poinsettias. And I envision my chicken coop has a run that goes all the way around the garden. I picture that. And as I get going through the years, and as the income changes, and as my belief system gets deeper, I have zero doubt it's going to happen. Zero doubt, right? Because where you see yourself is where you go. That's why when I say see the target, hit the target, I don't mean that as just a cute little target, eyeballs, boxing glove target, right? I really mean it. You've got to see that target. So what is your target? And here's the other thing, and I'll share one story that's similar to Leah's. Some of you have heard it before. we can't stop dreaming, and yet we do. And when I hit some mild success in my first company, my upline had said, she encouraged me to do a dream board. So I was working on my dream board, and I put things on the dream board that were just mine. I put things on the dream board that were mine at Mike and my dream together. And then I asked Mike, I said, I need some things to put on the dream board that you want. What do you want? And he's like, and this conversation went on for about 3 weeks, you guys. And he said, I want a log cabin in the mountains. And I'm like, it's already on there because that's our dream. So what do you want? Well, I want our kids to graduate college debt free. And I'm like, that's already on there. That's our dream. But what do you want? He goes, well, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. So we did this for 3 weeks. And finally, and there was lots of little of these conversations happening in between, right? I would like to be debt free was one of them. I said, that's already on the board. We're working towards that. Like, that's our dream. But what do you want? And we go to dinner one night, and it's a date night, and we went to the Cheesecake Factory. And I said, okay, so, and we usually try to keep date night business talk free, right? But I bring up the dream board. I'm like, I'll print them. If you just tell me what they are, I'll print them. Like, what do you want? And he got really emotional. And we had just come out of one of the roughest times in our life, right? I mean, we were losing our home. We were faced with potentially having to move our children out of the only home they've known, start over, embarrassment, all of it. We were just in a really tough time. And he says to me, and he goes, nothing. I just want us to be okay. Like, I just want our family to be okay. And I'm like, Michael, we're not writing the check right now. It's just something to look forward to later. It was hard. And so he starts repeating the same things. Well, I want to be debt free, and I want the kids to be debt free when they get out of college, and I want the cabin in the house, and I want our house to be paid for. And I'm like, it's all on there. I said, I have a pink convertible Volkswagen Bug on my dream board. You don't get to drive it. It's mine. So what do you want? And he's like, well, an AC Cobra would be nice. And I'm like, do you want an AC Cobra? I'll print it. What color? Does it have stripes? What is there a special engine? Like, tell me what it is. I'll find it on Google and we'll print it. And he said, he shed a tear, actually, almost broke down. We're in public, and I'm like, this is my big man, right? Why is he crying, right? And he's like, and he got kind of upset. He goes, I just feel guilty for dreaming. Who do I think I am? I have walked our family into this terrible situation, and I don't have any business dreaming. And I'm like, well, that's a big fat lie, because you didn't walk us into anything. That's a lie. We were victims of the economy. We're meant to learn something. God's going to bring us out way better than we are now. If we kept going on the track we were on, we were going to stay going in that same track. And it may have got our marriage. It may have taken our family. Our kids' whole life would be very different than it is today. Just because you're dreaming does not make you a selfish person. So guilt is an effing lie. It's a lie. And fear is a lie. It's a lie. And when you believe that, and you really sink that into your heart, and the tools you need to do to get them sunk in your heart is you need to say it out loud. I am a millionaire. I am a speaker to a large crowd of people. That's my dream. I would love to get in front of, I used to sing in front of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 people. My thyroid took that, but I can talk, and I'll have that opportunity someday, right? All of these things that deep down, I said to Mike one time, I've said to Mike a lot of times in our 30 years of marriage, but more when I hit about my mid-30s, I said, I just feel like God's got really big plans for me. I don't know what they are yet, but I'm going to figure it out. And then that developed into, I just see me being able to pour into a whole lot of people. I don't know what about, I don't know what I even have to offer, but I see it. Like I feel that's where God's leading me. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm just going to keep walking through doors. And when doors would open up, and then I would be asked to even speak at a small women's retreat, or I would be asked to speak at a couple convention things that I've been part of, or even training since being in network marketing or whatever. I'll come home and say, God, that was such my wheelhouse. Like, I just love that. Like I could see it being bigger. And when you start to really envision yourself, I can envision I'll probably be a hot mess when the day comes, because it's coming, right? It's coming, and I believe it. So how do we do that? How do we get into that belief system, right? We change the way we speak to ourselves. And some of you have been in my presence where I'm like, stop talking. Your brain just heard what your lips just said. Let's rephrase that. Let's repackage that. I don't want to hear, I can't. I'm not worth it. I'm not good enough. It's not working. I can't do this. I don't want to hear that, right? I'm working towards being amazing at this. This is teaching me amazing things. There are ways that you can reframe what you're saying to yourself, because what you say goes into your brain, and it's not a very far journey from your brain to your heart. And once it's here, that's when it's the challenge. So you be careful what you're putting in here. You be careful. Because if you keep saying, I'm not, I can't, then you're right. You won't ever. You've got to change that paradigm. It's got to be a paradigm shift in the way that you think, right? So one of the exercises that I've done, I don't do them currently anymore. I'm going to challenge you to do it, which means I'm going to have to do it now, because the leader always goes first, right? Get some 3x5 cards, and I want you to write down, get 10 of them at least. 12 is great. And I want you to write I am at the top of each one. And then I want you to figure out what those I ams are. I am worthy. I am worth it. I am deserving. I am strong. I am a businesswoman. I'm a millionaire. I'm a leader. Whatever those are, whatever you struggle with, write those down. Poke a little hole at the top of each one, put a ribbon through it, or a little clippy thing, or some, paper clip. It doesn't even have to be pretty if you don't want. And carry those affirmation cards with you. Put them in your purse, put them in your car, put them on your desk, on your nightstand, whatever, wherever you spend most of the time. And every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, go through them and say them out loud. You're going to sound stupid in the beginning. And you're going to be like, I hope nobody's listening to it. And it starts out like, I am worth it. I am. And eventually you'll be like, I am worth it. I am deserving. I am platinum diamond. That could be one. I am whatever it is for you, right? So that's the first thing. Do that and practice it and say it over and over and over and over again. Because listen, you guys weren't called to the molecule group for no reason, right? You just weren't. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. There's some reason that you're here. It could be a stepping stool into because you're supposed to learn things into your next gig, whatever that is. Maybe I don't know, maybe back to school. I don't know what it is for you, but or this is it for you. Like, I believe in the depths of my soul, 20 years from now, I'm going to be talking to 39 faces or more saying the same thing to a whole different crowd of people, because you all are going to be doing the exact same thing. You're going to be doing what God's designed you to do. And that could be that you're going to be here talking to 39 people on Zoom, pouring into them, right? Because if we're not going to share what our lessons that we've learned, if we're not going to share that, why go through it, right? Yes, Leah, go for it.
Just really quick, I want to clarify. When I say I'm a millionaire, and I'm so excited about it, by the way, it's not because I'm driven by money. It's because so many other people have it that I can have it too. I believe I can have it. And I just want to clarify. So it's okay to claim things like that and not to say, God, does that sound like I'm driven by money? No, it just means I'm capable. I have an opportunity that allows me to do this, and I'm taking it.
Yeah. Well, and I hear a lot of people say, wow, money's the root of all evil. No, it's not. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Get that straight. Write that down. Say it out loud. Go look it up in scripture. Don't take my word for it. Money is not the root of evil. The love of money is the root of evil. Trish has the perfect mug for this seminar, for this topic today. Dream. I love it. I have that one. I love it. Okay, so words of affirmation. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be doing those I am cards. I'm going to do them because I asked you to do them now. But I'll tell you, that's what got my belief system going, is those things work. Second thing, watch what you say to yourself out loud. And when you think that, you need to go, whoa, liar, liar. Fear is a liar. It's a liar. If you're afraid of somebody telling you no, that's a lie. It's just the word no. It's not about you. It's about them, right? And guilt is a liar. No room for guilt. Okay. If like Leah said, she was feeling guilty because her team is blowing it up and rocking it out, and she felt like she wasn't a great leader. I didn't miss a beat. Like, I didn't see her miss a beat. I've seen her light up lately in the last few weeks, but I never thought she was a bad leader or whatever words she was saying to herself. I never saw that. So when you hear yourself say that, God, I'm such a bad leader. No, you're not. Don't say that out loud, because your brain's going to hear it and your heart's going to believe it. Don't do that. I have an amazing team. I better step up my leadership game, right? That's a much better way to do it, because we can always improve. So, and then I thought there was one more thing. Be careful what you say. Oh, dream board, you guys. Print some things off. Print them, write them down. Write them down. If you want to go visit the Eiffel Tower, that's on my dream board. I haven't done it yet. I want to do it. People always say, oh, it's so anticlimactic when you get there. I don't care. I want to check that out for myself. Maybe my attitude's different about it. I really want to walk across this bridge that's in France. It's called the Love Locket. It's called the Love Lock Bridge, I think it's called. And you can take your lock and you can lock it onto this. I want to do that. That's on my dream board. The pink bug is no longer on my dream board. I'm kind of like outgrown that. But so do that. Print off some things that you want. Is it a trip for you and your husband, just you guys? And then is it a trip for you and your kids? One of the things on my dream board is to take all of my children, their spouses, my grandbabies, and pay for one amazing vacation for all of us when I can afford to do so. Right now I can't. I could probably take 2, So that's on my dream board. So come up with things that you want. And then ask your spouse what he wants or what she wants. I don't know if there's any men on here, but you get my drift, right? And start printing those out and plaster them. Now, my dream board's buried right now because we're going through a bunch of this remodel-y, painty stuff in here. But I'm going to get it unburied quite quickly, and I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to show it to you because I still do them. My dream board has words on it. Come up with words. One of the words, not one of, the word that I landed on for 2019 is intentional, because I feel like I have room for improvement in a lot of areas, right? I'm good at a lot of things, but there's a lot of things I really want to be great at. And so this year, intentional. Come up with a word. Make it your word. What does that look like? Look it up in the dictionary, and then write down what you think it means and what you intend it to mean, and write it down and put it somewhere where you can see it. These activities work. And when I first jumped into network marketing, I'm hearing all these things. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I already know it. It's up here. I'll just write it down in a little journal. And I even had a little board on my Pinterest, like, here's my dream board, and I'll just leave it there. But the more that I obeyed, I would say, the more I was coachable, not obeyed, but the more I was coachable and the more I put these things into action, I'm telling you, they work. It's worth the time. Don't tell me, well, I'm too busy right now to stop and do all this because I'm trying to, sponsor all these people and get them trained. It's better to work smarter than harder, right? And when you get that belief system in your heart, nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. So that's it for tonight, you guys. I told you were in for a treat. Lea is such a precious gem. And Lea, thank you for your offer to share your trainings and stuff. I will take you up on that, girl, because I think it'll be amazing. Does anybody have any input? Just unmute yourself to maybe even share what you're struggling with. Yeah, go for it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Have you ever either gone to church or been in some type of group setting where you feel like everything they're saying is aligning with your personal life? Like that just happened because if you're on, if you follow me on Facebook at all, you know that I've been dealing with ridiculous amounts of anxiety. I'm currently having anxiety right now, but I have got a new mindset that I'm taking on as of like 3 hours ago. But I went on a walk, and when I came back, I did oh, my heart. I did a on my deck. I did a online devotional, and it was about anxiety. Okay, so I have my notes right here. I sat out there and I wrote down an action plan that was part of the devotional. But what I want to say is, pretty much everything it's telling me to do is everything that either you, Dana, or you, Leah, talked about just now, like words of affirmation and writing things down, identifying where your weaknesses are and, not focusing on them. And fear is a liar was part of the thing. That's why I got so excited. Not feeding into your fears and insecurities. And I feel like this particular anxiety I'm dealing with has a lot to do with what's going on in my body physically. So it doesn't have to do with my business, but oh my gosh, if we could just apply everything you just said into our personal lives, into our business lives, like it blows my mind how successful we can be. The few hours that I've taken on this mindset from this anxiety paperwork, I'm still physically feeling anxiety, but it's not taking over. And
Amen.
I'm going to cry now too. It's huge. Leah, thank you so much for being transparent and just sharing your heart. And I have seen a difference in you. And like Dana said, I never thought you were a bad leader at all, but you have just totally like upped your leadership in the last few weeks. And it's meant a lot to me because, I'm part of your team. And so it's really meant a lot to me. And you inspired my whole, look, you guys, I don't know if you could see it, but I have a whole board up there now too. So, thank you. Okay, that's what I have to say.
I love it. Thank you. Who else? Anybody else want to chime in? Deanna McDad, can I put you on the spot? What's going on with you, girl? Oh, wait, let me unmute you. Okay. There you go. All right, what's going on with you?
I'm pretty emotional right now, so this is a lot. And I just have a lot of things going on right now, so I got to pull it together. I think people don't see my weaknesses as much as I have, and I know I'm just pretty emotional listening to Leah, so it was a lot. I appreciate it too. So I got lots of notes here to work on.
Good. That's the point. I think the biggest thing with network marketing with this business is personal development, personal growth. And this is why we do these focus groups. Tanya, were you going to chime in? Oh, wait, unmute you. There, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you so much, both of you guys, for being transparent, because Jerry knows it's been a rough year. Back in our previous company, I started getting my life on track, and personal development was really big, and lost 50 pounds and felt like my life was going in the right direction, and lost my job and let so much crap sidetrack me. Last week I lost my dad, came home to having to plan another funeral, and listening to Leah, you've got to watch that Tony Robbins thing. It is amazing. What he talks about is creating yourself. You are not who you're going to be, but you need to do the things each day that will take you to create who you want to be. And everything has to be intentional. You can't just stick it up on a vision board. I sent Leah, I apologize, Leah, that was not a new vision board. That was an old vision board. I just did not have the mentality today, after having to plan another funeral yesterday, to do a dream board. But I just want to tell everybody, you've got to be intentional with it. Every day you wake up, you have to be intentional with yourself and your family. And this is only one life we get, folks, you know, so we need to make it the best that we can. But I just so appreciate, I have been in many businesses before, and I so appreciate Terry told me I was going to love you guys. And I really do. I think you guys are genuine. I've probably been in a total of maybe 9 companies, and this is the first time I've ever felt people be really genuine. So I just appreciate you guys. And thanks for your prayers. Dad's memorial went really well.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Thanks.
Chantrell, you got your hand raised.
Yeah, okay. You're getting to know me and getting to understand I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut. I just have to pray for all of you right now, if you'll let me. That's just, I got to do it. So here we go. Wow, this group is something else. Okay, so I'm going to turn away because I don't need you guys to see all my yucky emotions. But anyway, no, I'm not. This is me. I'm real. Okay.
You go, girl.
Heavenly Father, I just come before you right now, God. I thank you for this group, God. I thank you for this molecule, first of all. You have brought something. You've opened the eyes of someone who went after a dream and started this company and is allowing healing in our land, Lord. You have told us before that you want to heal your people. And Father, I know that you're using all of us to push this out into the market and to really use our hearts in doing it. We're not selling anything. As Dana always says, you don't have to convince, you just share. And Father, I just thank you right now for the hearts of everyone that's on here. I'm thinking of Tanya and Leah and Lindsay, and I think it was Deanna. Your guys' heart is just incredible. Oh, wow. Lord, I just ask that you would take a moment tonight as these women sleep, that you would wake up the dream within them, that you would speak to them in their ear and tell them how worthy they are, how beautiful they are, and how perfect they are in your sight. We don't have a blemish, ladies. There's not a blemish. He sees us perfect. We are made in his image. We are like him. So when we look in the mirror and we say to ourselves that, you know, I got to lose weight, I got to do this, I got to do that, that's a lie. You are enough. You are enough at who you are and what you're doing right now. So I just declare and decree freedom in the name of Jesus. Freedom in the name of Jesus over Lindsay right now, Lord God, that you would calm that heart, that you would calm the blood flow in her system and keep allowing her brain to be in control, Lord God. I thank you, Father, that you are giving Tanya what she needs in order to get through another funeral, Lord. That's not an easy task. So I ask that you bring peace on her heart tonight. And for Leah, Lord, let her shout it out at the top of the mountains that we are all millionaires. We receive that, Father God. We know that's true. We know we're on our way. And it's not a money thing, like Dana said. We don't have a love for money. We have a love for your people. We have a love for you, Lord God, a desire to go out and to heal your people, God. By your grace, we are enough and you are sufficient. You are merciful and kind. And Father, I just thank you for that, God. I thank you for this group, and I ask that you bless each one tonight. Give them a deep sleep, give them a deep dream, and have them wake up rising and shining no matter what the weather is, no matter where they are, God, that tomorrow when they wake up, the first thing that pops in their head is that I'm a millionaire. So I declare this and decree this in the name of Jesus. Amen. All right, that's it.
Amen.
Woo-hoo! Wow, when things are not on an agenda, they go better than they could have if they were on an agenda. Thank you, Chantrell. All right, if there's anybody else that wants to chime in, do it now or forever hold your peace, or at least hold your peace now.
Mimi,
Angie, yes, go,
yes.
girl. Go.
Okay, so I'm going to make this quick, but I'm trying to be, one of the things that I've changed this year is trying to be more intentional with my family. And that was the one thing that I let a lot of other things in the past, I was busy with, just all kinds of things in the afternoons. And I felt like I hardly had time with them. And so one of the things I'm having a hard time with, and I kind of mentioned this in one of the, in the feed, but, I get up early. I get up about 5 o'clock and I get to work. So I'm gone about 6:30 in the morning. When I'm at work, like the whole day, I'm not able to look at my phone or Facebook or anything. And I feel behind. I was kind of saying this. I feel behind. I feel like I don't know what's going on. People message me and I'm kind of not available. And it's making me feel like I'm not capable, but just, if I'm not able to be there and to answer questions or to do that kind of thing, how am I going to be able to help, right? So then I get out of work, I come home and I'm, cooking, doing this and that, like everybody else does. But then I still have other things that I'm doing afterwards. And I feel like I lead other groups for church things and other things like that. So I feel like I can't just be on my phone. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm struggling with. Not that I don't want to do it or not that I don't want to be 100%, but I also feel like the free time that I have, I don't want to be on my phone when I'm here with my family. I never watch TV. I never sit for a second. As a matter of fact, it drives my husband crazy because he says I don't sit down. But, I think that's kind of, if anybody has like ideas or tips, my kids help clean up. My husband does food Saturday and Sunday. So I feel like we're trying to help each other, balance each other out. But that's kind of where I'm struggling, is just that.
Yeah, well, I can relate to that. And here's the thing. When you dedicate, maybe it'll help to have set hours that you can devote into your business. I used to say yes to everything. I mean, I know Ashley's on this call. She reminds me so much of how I was at her age. Yes, I'll oversee MOPS. Yes, I will be on the worship team. Yes, I will help lead Financial University. Yes, I have 4 kids and I'll be home with my kids. Yes, I'll do this job. Yeah, I always said yes to my parents, blah, 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 right? And there was no time for anything else. And so, number one, look at what you've got going in your life and prioritize it. What can you say no to, right? What can you say no to? Maybe there's a couple things that aren't serving you. Maybe it's not aligning with the direction you want to go to. If there's not, you just find the trinkets of your time. And, you're getting up at 5 o'clock already in the morning. I can't even ask you to get up any earlier, but maybe staying up 20 minutes longer than you normally do to send out those messages. But whatever that time frame looks like for you, because we always say you can work this full time like I do, part-time like many of you do, and sometime. You can work it sometime. But when that time is to work on your for-life business, make it the best, most productive time that you have. And if you only have 1 hour, then do 15 minutes to go learn about the new product or go learn about what a question one of your potentials is asking you. Go learn that information and then spend 15 minutes doing some follow-up of who you've already added to the group and your current customers. And then maybe 15 minutes of that hour can be prospecting and going out and connecting. And, we talked about that last week, just saying happy birthday and connecting with people or whatever. And then that last 15 minutes can be personal development or whatever that looks like to you, right? So you get to decide. And when you decide what that time frame looks like for your for-life business, just be the best. Make sure you take every minute of it and not waste it. And do it well.
Dana, I wanted to go ahead.
Thank you.
Angie, and I have to say, believe me, I know, because I think I responded actually when you had put something in one of the chats, and I agree with Dana, making it the best time, because before I switched jobs. So before I was off by like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was spoiled because I was like, for the last like five years, I get off at 5 p.m. now, and I feel that I've lost time, but when I've made those chunks of times to make sure that I follow up or even just send a quick little message to someone on my team or just a customer, I feel that making sure that I make it the best amount of time that I'm able to makes me feel like I'm being productive and not kind of only half bottoming it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half-assing it, it's okay.
I could have said a little bit lengthier, but so you're not alone, Angie. Believe me, like I said, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, where has all my hours gone? But in actuality, it's just shifted. Instead of getting off at 3, I'm just, so that I do it a little bit, I'll probably do a little bit during my break time or lunch, so But you're not alone, believe me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just going to piggyback off Selena. One thing I try to do, I don't really have set hours because I have 3 kids and I work Tuesday through Friday night at a restaurant. So I just kind of work when I can. But what I try to do is if I do have something I absolutely have to do, I let my kids know, Mommy is working. I know it just looks like I'm playing on my phone or on the computer, but I am working right now. And can you give me until this time? And they're old enough, so they'll all agree. But on the flip side, if I've been working like yesterday, for example, when I felt better, I was working all morning and then my husband came in to ask me something and I felt annoyed at first, but I was like, no, Lindsay, stop. And I say balance to myself, balance. And I looked at him and I engaged and I shut my computer and we had a meal together. So you just have to pick and choose. Like sometimes it's important and your family needs to understand that you're working, like I have to set this time aside to work and this is how it's going to be. Dana had the great recommendation to me. Like, I don't know how old your kids are, but get them involved. Like, hey, if Mommy can do this, then we can go to dinner here or something like that. You know what I mean? Like get them involved, have them help around the house. If you can help Mommy do this, then I won't have to spend as much time on my phone because I won't have to do the housework too. Like that's really helped me with my young kids.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys. Well, it's pretty much 7 o'clock. Leah, thank you so much for your just pouring into us tonight. That was just, you had me in tears for part of that. And I took some good notes. And so when you guys make your affirmation cards, will you just post a little picture of you holding them or whatever? We don't need to see what they say unless you want to share it. But I'm going to make mine because I said I would. So I want you all to do it too. Okay? All right. You guys, you are worth it. You're amazing. Let me unmute all of you and we'll say goodnight.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.